The Caliph, who is understood to have amassed greater treasures than have ever been possessed by any other sovereign, perished miserably under the following circumstances. At the period when the Tartar princes began to extend their dominion, there were among them 4 brothers, of whom the eldest, Mangu, reigned in the royal seat. Having subdued the country of Cathay and other districts in that quarter, they were not satisfied, but covering further territory, they conceived the idea of universal empire, and proposed that they should divide the world amongst them. With this in view, it was agreed that one of them should proceed to the east, another should make conquests in the south, and the other 2 should direct their operations against the remaining quarters. The southern portion fell to the lot of Hulaku, who assembled a vast army, and having subdued the provinces through which his route lay, proceeded in the year 1255, actually 1258, to attack the city of Valdes. Being aware, however, of its great strength and the prodigious number of its inhabitants, he trusted rather to stratagem than to force for its reduction. In order to deceive the enemy with regard to the number of his troops, which consisted of 100,000 horsemen besides foot soldiers, he posted 1 division of his army on one side of the approach to the city, and another division on the other side, in such a manner as to be concealed by wood. Then, placing himself at the head of a third, he advanced boldly to within a short distance of the gate. The Caliph made light of a force apparently so inconsiderable, and confident of the effect of the usual Mahometan ejaculation, thought of nothing less than its entire destruction, and for that purpose marched out of his city with his guards. But as soon as Hulaku saw him approach, he feigned retreat until he had drawn him beyond the wood where the other divisions were posted. By the closing in of these from both sides, the army of the Caliph was surrounded and broken. The Caliph was made prisoner, and the city surrendered to the conqueror. Upon entering it, Hulaku discovered to his great astonishment a tower filled with gold. He called the Caliph before him and reproached him with the greediness which had prevented him from spending his treasures on an army to defend his capital against the invasion with which it had long been threatened. He then gave orders for him to be shut up in his same tower without subsistence, and there, in the midst of his wealth, the Caliph soon finished his miserable existence.